Hello guys, welcome back to FACEIT TV. I'm James. I was going to say I'm James for some reason. Don't know why I did that.
You don't look like James.
I have a confusion with identities, of my own and other people's.
We were supposed to like go. We were supposed to start like this, right? And be like, you know, go something else. I can see an elbow, Dan.
I've grown.
Whose elbow is that elbow?
I don't know.
There's no point hiding your elbow now. Oh, there we go. Whose elbow is that?
Pretty sure he's fired. Fire him again.
You are definitely fired this time. Just ruining all the fun. Like, who do you think is it? Screw you guys. This is who it is. Vendetta is here. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Great. I had a bit of a rough, bumpy ride to get here. Actually traveled from Heathrow till the studio actually took longer, or pretty much the same time as the actual flight. So, but I got here in the end. A bit delayed.
Great.
We have you for a few days as well.
Yeah.
We do until
to kick me back home.
Until you go home, because I can't remember what day it was. That's great.
Friday.
Awesome. So you're going climbing with
yeah,
with him tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're not coming with for some reason. You've got
someone's got
work
to do work here, right? This guy just lives a life of leisure, walking around. Oh, would you like to go climbing?
Those climb things.
Maybe we'll show you some fountains as well. That's a long story.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
I know where there's a few fountains, good ones.
A few good fountains.
Please start this map immediately. Holy crap! This is a really weird evening indeed.
You're just making it weird, James.
I'm making it weird.
You're making it weird.
No, you are making it weird.
Alright then. Alright, so it's Dust 2, guys.
All the CTs are rushing long, Dan. What's going on? It's a knife round, guys.
Please stop this, James.
It's a knife.
So juvenile.
Thank you very much. Oh, we've actually got a flank through B. What's going on here?
Special tactics.
This is a problem. It's trying to flank on a knife round is normally a complete fail because you just leave your teammates outnumbered and then they all die, and then you lose a knife round.
The only real fixtures you can talk about on here, they're not even fixtures, James. They're just carpets. There's rugs.
What are these fixtures of yours? What is it with you? Have not been able to name one natural fixture. That phrase does not even make any sense.
I think there is a term, something. It's like a fixtures which have like a fountain is a fixture, right?
Yeah. So what's a natural fixture?
I guess it's not a natural fixture, but it's a fixture featuring nature. I guess nature featuring fixture.
But that's not what you said. You said a natural fixture. It's not alliteration.
Yeah,
it's horse doo-doo, Dan. That's what it is.
That's not very nice.
Pistol.
All right. So we are going into this one, and is this still the knife round? It looks like we're having just a quick B rush coming straight away from the HellRaisers side in config, already dropping a couple players. So it looks like a pretty good hold so far, to be honest, and all of config's teammates are quick on the approach as well, so HellRaisers have a really hard time with this one.
Yeah. Lost a few players early. They're going to be limited when they get the bomb plant in as well. Although they managed to survive. Dosia getting 2 frags. And down to 1 versus 2 now. Everyone's dead. This was kind of a weird pistol round.
It definitely was. HellRaisers kind of going for that, I guess, old school style of pistol rounds, which is basically just armor, bomb rushing a bomb site instantly. And even though config picks up 2 frags there, that definitely could have gone the way of HellRaisers because of the advantage they get having everyone on the site in an afterplant on the B bomb site. Unfortunately for them, maeVe with those 2 frags dropping in from window just kind of sealed the deal for a reason. I think he actually should have died there.
I can kind of see the idea behind it because although it looks kind of like they just came out of matchmaking, the metagame from the CT side, I mean the short rushes, like putting a lot of players in mid is quite common, so it could actually make a lot of sense if there's only just like one guy there, but they were unlucky in that config, just nailed 2 of them straight away, I guess. So I think it looks a lot worse than it really was in practice.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
in theory as well.
I mean, it's not uncommon to see people do something similar with only 4 people rushing towards the B bomb site, and then you have the one guy spotting how many is crossing over, how early they cross over as well. So you actually get a good feel for if you can get an advantageous position going into the B bomb site. In that way.
So Mo is searching for faces to add to his photo album. Not going to connect on this occasion.
Photo. It's like a serial killer or something. He like takes all his victims' pictures.
It's a very dark Facebook profile.
It's a scoped Kodak camera.
Scoped Kodak.
Fires bullets or something. I don't know. moving on.
That's a Kodak moment.
Nice execute there from the HellRaisers side. Going to make sure that there aren't the CTs in this sneaky positions. Getting the first frag with the tech line. maeVe going down. Config will find a trade onto Dosia. But the bomb site is in the hands of the T's, especially with that kill now. Bomb should go down soon enough. And these M4s are a bit of a distance away from the HellRaisers side. But they've picked up 2 already, so this is a juicy round for the T's.
It's a brilliant force buy from them. I'm not really sure what Reason wanted to get out of that, because obviously they play with 2 people in on the B bomb site, which is fair enough going up against an anti-eco, but they leave mid completely open. And they had nobody from their A site to actually have any sort of control over that, and you could see how easily AdreN managed to punish them because he got such a deep position into mid. So whenever the rotation tried to come in from Reason, which was fairly slow as well, given how early they got information as to what HellRaisers wanted to do and what they wanted to commit to, I think that was fairly shoddy play from Reason. They definitely should have been able to hold that way better.
And now we have a super weird situation with Reason. No money's, well, I say weird, it just sucks for them really, to be honest. James, what would you do if you were facing economic turmoil? Would you take out a loan? Can't do that in Counter-Strike though, but what would you do in this situation?
We're paused because maeVe has water on his mouse.
How do you think this happened?
Water on the mouse?
Yeah.
Maybe he was near a fountain dam.
It's been raining.
Maybe all the fountain excitement made him do some research in the break.
And he picked up a fountain immediately.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's like one of those small garden ones.
You know, it's raining today, and it wasn't forecast to rain. And you know, usually I would get a little bit annoyed about that. But I've been reading books, James. And in these particular books,
I have to work with this person.
they have described how incredibly impossible it is due to the vast number of variables for modern technology to properly compute all the variables to accurately predict whether there'll be rain or not. Do you like that button? All right, this is going downhill rapidly. I'm not even delirious yet. This is just he's gone. He's leaving. He's out. He can't handle this. Thing is that you guys all know that James is probably worse than me, so that's fine. I don't know what he's doing in the corner.
There's still a limit to what he can take.
He's just staring into the corner of the room.
He's taking a frame. I feel like if anyone should have been sent to the shame corner, that should have been you right there.
Yeah, that's true.
But
we don't have any muscle though to actually just come and drag me away, because that's what it would take. I'm not leaving the show unless I get dragged away.
No.
Yeah, only voluntarily.
I mean, well, James does have a fairly, he has the reach advantage on.
Yeah, he's got a lot of size on me. He definitely has a lot of size.
I think he could move you.
Yeah.
I mean,
so maeVe has completely broken his mouse.
Yeah.
And
so fountain plus mouse equals bad times.
Yeah.
That's also something you could probably read in a book.
Yeah, why not? I could write that book probably. I guess I would be the author of that book. Definitely. Oh. So you've been to London before, right?
Yeah, I've been here quite a few times actually.
So why were you here? Is it just holiday or tournament related?
Holiday, couple of events, and actually on a school trip once.
Oh really? What was that? What were you doing on the school trip? Is it like history or something?
That's what, it's supposed to be a part of social science. Really, we just ran around with our class doing fun stuff.
By the way, James, you've got look at how you've ruined this shot right now, because it's just like this empty space in the middle. It doesn't work at all. Looks really weird.
You tied the room together.
Yeah, you really tied the room together, James. I like that reference. It's good reference there. I wonder who else, if you get the reference, you can tweet James.
I don't get it.
Do you not get that reference?
Tied the room together?
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, so moving on swiftly. Hopefully maeVe can fix his mouse and we can learn more about Vendetta's trips to London. So what else have you been to London for most recently? Because it's been a few years, I think you mentioned to me.
Well, most recently it was Gfinity.
Oh right, you did the one before I did. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, so that would have been like half a year ago or something.
So does maeVe have another mouse, or what
they're
is the
trying
situation?
To find another mouse.
They're trying to find one.
Yeah.
They got to search the bins, see if there's a mouse in there. Specific one he uses.
Maybe in Denmark.
Does this mouse I found a mouse? Does it do 800 DPI?
Hey dude, maybe in Denmark that could actually work, because you go to a recycling bin or something. They're pretty esports conscious over there. So in the UK it wouldn't work. You can go rooting around a bin and find a mouse.
It's 8 p.m. in Denmark.
It's probably closed, but I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, at least in my case, I have about 9 broken mice at my apartment.
Yeah, I've got.
Or
I've
are they
got-
like semi-broken?
You're a hoarder of semi-broken mice.
Yeah. Well,
So
they
you
just
like
break
fountains
too
and
quickly,
you just-
really. I don't have the time to dispose of them before they break on the
So what is it that usually breaks
gather.
you? Is it cable or
Are
is
you?
it
Are they
cable?
breaking
It's
or are you
usually
breaking
cable,
them?
yeah.
Oh, it's the cable. So it's
Yeah,
not.
it's literally just like it starts disconnecting
Yeah.
at times, completely random. So you get that fun USB sound all the time when you're playing. So you can hear people. You know, it usually goes very well in conjunction with you hearing steps of people being close to you, and then you hear the USB sound like doo-doo, doo-doo,
Yeah.
and then you're just screwed.
That's-
That's pretty much how it works.
That's.
It's always
I
a
haven't
way.
had that yet.
You haven't had that. That's
No.
that is definitely the most common
Yeah.
one, I think.
I went to LAN this weekend, right?
Yeah, you were
I'm
ice
off
series.
the
I was at iSeries, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I went to LAN and I brought with me 2 mice, 2 mouse pads, 1 keyboard, and 2 of something else I can't remember.
Two of something you can't remember,
I brought 2 more of something. I don't know what it was.
like mouse glides or something.
Shoes.
Shoes? We're talking
LAN shoes. You don't have
You didn't
LAN
bring
shoes?
2 monitors.
LAN shoes.
Man, you just don't
We
understand.
were
do you?
actually we were in a
Just
LAN.
don't
We were,
understand this LAN.
That's
We
facts,
were
right?
we were in a BYOC tent and they were pumping, like they had air conditioning, they were just pumping cold air into it the whole
Yeah.
time. So some people just bought bathrobes, walking around in bathrobes.
That's how you do
On
it.
top
As
of their
you would.
clothes. On top of their
Yeah.
clothes.
As you would.
Um,
It's completely normal.
Yeah.
It's BYOC.
I wanted a cigar jacket.
That's the best thing about LAN.
Yeah.
Well, that's the second best thing about LAN.
What,
Is-
walking
is-
around in bathrobes?
Yeah, the first one is playing games.
I
That's
did a
pretty
lot of
alright,
that.
yeah.
I played so much CS that I had like pains in my hand here afterwards. Because I didn't socialize until the last night. I just sat at my computer, I was playing CS the whole time.
Did you get approached a lot? Because of course a lot of people must know who you are.
I
at this
had
point.
two guys who played in the BUCL University finals come up to me and they were talking to me. They're nice guys, but they were talking to me while I was in the middle of a match. it wasn't like a tournament match. I was just playing
Okay,
like
yeah.
FACEIT. But they were like, hey, I was like, hey guys, how you doing? They're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of in a match. although he did exactly the same thing the other day. In
Really?
the meeting room. I was in a match on TeamSpeak with a bunch of people, and he was just having a full-blown conversation with me. I'm like,
You
Yeah.
should know better, Dan. Like you should really know better.
Yeah, I should, but I hadn't seen him in ages, and I had information that
He
I
just had
thought
to
was
get some stuff off his
info-
chest.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember what I was talking
I-
about. I
it
remember
was-
I was
it was-
outraged in some way.
It was.
Is it something
unleashing-
about not being able to calculate whether it's gonna rain or not?
No,
What's
no, no.
Any relation?
I guess. Well, I'm a guy that likes to try to fix things. So the only way I think to fix that would be to fix quantum computing, which currently that'd be quite the undertaking.
I wish you the best of luck in your
Yeah.
new endeavor.
Quantum computing is it's crazy.
Yeah, LAN was awesome though.
Yeah. Now, how many teams were there? Because normally iSeries have a bunch of teams for their
72
BYC.
teams.
Yeah, so that's quite a few groups.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Yeah, there were like 9 groups, I guess, or I can't remember because they changed things up, but there were loads and loads of groups.
Yeah.
We had 5 teams in our group. We won the first 3 games in our group, then we lost on Inferno, a match we should have won. But then we played those guys in the bracket, and then we destroyed them.
Okay, yeah. So where did you end up?
We
Final.
finished 13th, 16th,
Okay.
but I think we should have won the match we lost. It was a best of 3. We lost on Cobble 14-16, which was a good map for us. We were unlucky there, I think. We lost Dust 2, which we probably should have vetoed and played Cash instead. But I think we had the potential to do at least top 12.
Yeah.
I don't know further than that. I'm not sure. I think maybe we would have lost to the next team, but we came 13-16. So I had a lot of fun, and
Yeah. You're happy about your own performance?
yeah, I am actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird. At home, I play on a bureau.
Oh God.
Do you, yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I used to do that as well.
so
actually.
it's so stupid. Like, where the table comes out, there's a part where there's like, you know, when you fold up the top,
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
a lock on it. But that part on the inside is like that. So I can't use that part where the mouse is because the tracking stops. So basically, I've got a piece of card, which I put on the table, and my mouse pad's on the piece of card. But because it's really smooth card and it has the felt, like the green baize on the
Yeah,
bureau,
yeah.
the whole thing slides around. Now,
That's like
so-
a really posh ghetto
Yeah, it is.
setup.
It is.
It's like it's a posh ghetto setup.
So I
Yeah.
play on that at home, which is awful. So like when I'm at LAN, I can aim a lot better. Once I've had like an hour warm up, I can aim much better
Yeah.
than I can at home. So when I just play like an idiot when I'm at home. I do my best, but like I haven't found.
You haven't-
Maybe I should just buy like a gaming table.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't even considered investing in
That would
an
probably
actual
be a good
station.
idea.
Yeah.
Or just take a saw to the bureau.
I actually did that with my home desk because it had these
I almost did many
annoying
times.
shelves that just cut like 90% of the table off. So I just went ham on it. It looks like a mess right now, but it works great for gaming. So
Exactly, yeah.
I'm happy.
I actually had a friend who was a really, really good aimer actually, and he had a really nice chair and a kind of a crappy desk. And one day he had the idea to like go to B&Q or something, like a hardware store, to get just buy some MDF. And he got like a bit of MDF, like a rectangular amount of MDF, just cut it up at the place, took it home, and then just like super glued it to his chair. so you know where you have your armrest, he's just like mousing like this. This chair is genius.
Oh, he just super glued a piece of wood to his chair so he can throw his mouse.
Yeah, like this.
I respect
So
that.
just like this, just aiming around like this. It actually seems
Maybe
incredibly
I could do
comfortable.
the same thing.
But
But
I mean,
I could just get like a small table under the bureau and just have the mouse down there.
But
I
wouldn't
guess,
you feel like
that'd be a bit weird.
disjointed? Because it's going to be
Well,
a different height, that
I'd
type
get
of
used
thing?
to it.
Yeah, it depends.
Actually,
yeah.
that probably screwed me up for like every other table I ever play on ever.
Like when you actually get to LAN again, you're going to be like, well, this feels awkward. Like,
Yeah.
I'm even.
I'll be like Mihail, like, well, I need to play on my knees because, you know, that's a bit crazy. So,
maybe
what's the update, Dan?
maybe it's discovered that there is more than one broken mouse in its home, because I'm assuming this will break as well. Because
I'm assuming this is like a previously
exactly,
broken mice that
yeah,
that's kind of working. So
Maeve's found something.
What's the... Well, he's found a mouse.
He's found a mouse, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be broken.
yeah, it's not going to be a new fancy one.
It's not going to be a new fancy one.
So what is the status of the other game? Maybe we should just go and look at that if it's still going on, because... Oh, they won. Who won 2-0? SK won 2-0. Well,
Okay.
I guess we're just stuck.
Yeah. Well, we
Talking
can talk more
mice,
about fountains.
fountains, LAN.
You keep bringing up the fountains again and again. I'm not the one that's doing that. I just want to throw that out there. That is this guy.
I think it's worth
likes
talking
to,
about.
He likes to look innocent. You think it's worth talking about every time it's brought up, and I say something about it because you says like you smashed me down. You use it as an opportunity to crush me in front of thousands. You suck.
I still have my LAN band on because, like, when I go to DreamHacks and stuff, I try and squeeze them off, and I have a samurai sword, and I hang all the bands off the end of it, and then where the handle is, all my passes are on there.
Yeah, he has a lot of I don't know things that can injure people in his home. I think they're called weapons.
Yeah, that's the word
Ones
you're
that
looking for.
shoot projectiles, ones that are just really sharp. Maybe even combined.
I was leaving my
Do you
house
have
the
a
other day.
bayonet on a rifle or
I was
something?
leaving my house the other day, right, and I had this bag which I hadn't found for a while, and I thought, I don't know what's actually in the bag. Maybe I have to check it before I leave. There was a machete in there, Dad.
What?
There was a machete in there.
Why
As
is
you
there a
do.
machete?
I don't know. I don't know.
Casual massage.
It should never be in the bag. It should never be in
James,
the bag.
was it covered in blood? You know, like was this just like
Had you
No,
recently been logging onto a different Facebook
he
profile?
he blacks out.
Like,
No. I used
was there
to...
a camera there as well? A Kodak? Maybe.
I have no idea why it was in the bag. But that's a really weird story.
Yeah.
That is super weird. I'm
I think you'd
afraid.
be in the fountain story, Dan. I've never taken it outside. I mean, that would be illegal.
Yeah, this is illegal.
But
Well,
I
how
don't
did
know
they
why
get
it
in
was
there
there.
then?
I don't know. I think it was... I don't know.
It doesn't just materialize.
I don't know. I don't know.
This
I don't
doesn't
know.
add up.
I don't know. The match is about to start, guys.
There
I'm
are
sincerely
questions
hoping.
that must be answered here.
No, I've done my AMA already. It's too late now. No more
So
questions.
if he does another AMA, guys, ask him. Just I don't know. There's so many questions here. There are so many.
There's
James
lots of
the serial
digging to be
killer.
done.
I think you'd make a good serial killer.
Thanks, Dan.
Like, by the way.
They're mostly pretty. Well, they're usually pretty intelligent. You know,
Stop.
sociopaths.
You're
and
going
so
too far.
on. Anyway, we do have, of course, Maeve back in the mix, and I hope that his mouse can withstand playing one map, because that's all that there is left in this best of 3. So we have the save coming in from the CT side of Reason, and HellRaisers is off to a good economic start themselves, and they are slowly making their up short. So they're playing a pretty safe round, despite 2 players being a bit split up. They're playing it pretty safely.
Maeve actually might be able to get quite a bit of information here.
Yeah, but is it going to come too late? Because the push is coming super fast onto short. We've got a player in Goose. That's HUNDEN with the USPS. Don't know how much he's going to get done with that. He's going to go down straight away. And just 2 players on long left with the... I think it's a P250 on Tabu and the stock pistol onto Yugi. So not much to be done here. Should be a standard round for HellRaisers.
Yeah, at best you can hope to find one AK, maybe find kUcheR out and about, but HellRaisers seem to be sticking fairly close together for the most part, barring Mo, who's roaming around right now.
So I have a question for you then, because I'm definitely far less familiar with these Danes than I would imagine that you are. I imagine that you have some knowledge on these guys. So as far as the players I'm most interested in, I would say kOnfig initially, because kOnfig has shown some pretty good stuff. He's shown some crazy moves, but just generally he looks like a confident player. Do you know much about kOnfig?
kOnfig is actually probably the one I know the least on that team. The other ones have been.
What about you?
As far as I can tell, they've been
YUGI
around
then?
for
Yugi's
quite
been
some time.
the MVP, I think, so far for a reason.
Yeah, him and his op. He's kind of the, I guess, new school style of playing the op, with lots of crazy shots, and he's not that consistent in the sense that he's going to hit every easy shot he should be hitting, but he can make up for it with a lot of crazy displays. But him and maeVe and Tabu, they've been playing together for quite some time in various iterations of different teams. So they're quite familiar with each other.
Right, I was going to say, like, is there a player or that you feel like who's the most complete player, do you think, on Reason? Like, who's
most complete?
Might be hard to answer.
It's a bit hard to answer because, well, obviously you can look at individual skills, like the most complete player in the sense that he has the experience and he's been around.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's not great for YUGI. But in the terms of being complete as having experience and having been through the trials and tribulations, that type of thing, HUNDEN probably. But that's just because he's been around forever.
He's been in the trenches.
Yeah, but otherwise, when it comes to just being the best individual player, it's probably going to be kOnfig or YUGI.
It's a fast push through the lower tunnel is not going to pay off for HUNDEN. He's going to be taken down by Angel, who turns around, gets the potential trade fraggers as well. Trades will finally come in, but go straight back in favor of HellRaisers. kUcheR taking down maeVe. 3-4 versus 1. Tabu finds himself all alone. Very quickly indeed. Lucky that nade didn't do much damage to him. He's going to try and dance through the smoke, almost find a frag. Mo's going to go for the repeat and find that kill himself. Solid round by HellRaisers. Reason decimated, obliterated, annihilated.
Care to add any more adjectives?
Decimated.
Burgers.
Burgers. That's not an adjective.
Yeah, that's not.
I know it's not. You sausage rolls.
But yeah, no, the aggressive play, actually, that's something we don't see too much of, actually, from most teams, really, on Dust 2. Aggressive plays, especially in the buy rounds, or buy versus buy rounds. You could see them versus eco rounds, that type of thing, but Reason's aggression not, working at all right there. Kind of just ran into the main core of HellRaisers that round, into 4 players right away.
It does look like they are setting much better towards Dust 2. I mean, we'll see the bomb go down there, but HellRaisers definitely going to take this round. And, I mean, for those of you that missed the first map, and you were traveling, so you missed the first map as well, HellRaisers, they picked overpass, and they got basically like the perfect start on the CT side. They lost the pistol, then they won their force buy, so they jumped straight into a very good economy, and they managed to stabilize into 4-round wins. And then they lost, I think, every round after that, and then they got 16-4, I think.
Yeah, Reese gave me the quick update here, really, and we said that HellRaisers CT side was just not working.
Oh yeah, it looked atrocious on overpass at the very least.
I like the fast pace of HellRaisers that we're seeing on the T side. I remember, I think it was an older HellRaisers lineup. I'll come back to it a bit later on. It's a very nice push from AdreN. This is a really nice execution from HellRaisers so far. It looks like the B split could be on here. AdreN holding things down in CT spawn. Caught short on a B bomb site, CTs, and he wants to try and hold things down here, but many directions for him to defend against, and it's not going to work out. Remaining 2 CTs over towards the A bomb site. AdreN was still in CT causing havoc, but YUGI will survive with 19 HP. We'll see what they choose to do. Trying to save, but not going to make it around the corner in time. I was going to say that, this is a map where the older HellRaisers lineups, we will see them get absolutely wrecked on, especially by Envy, with a very fast-paced, kind of loose style, just going for the picks and so on. And now we're seeing a much more confident HellRaisers on the T side of this map, wrecking Reason for now.
Yeah, and that was actually very similar round to what they did in their anti-eco that they won, or their eco round that they won. except that AdreN took the different route to get control over mid. But again, the reason are so split up because they play with 2 people inside on that B bomb site, and it's missing them up badly.
They're not able to execute it really like TSM do. They do get a couple kills on the defense of the B rush, but just like James mentioned, this really aggressive fast play really seems to be they're hitting all the notes at the moment, and it's looking like they're getting into this flow, almost this flow state on when they're in these fast entry situations. So despite losing 2 players there, they're recovering well with just pistols, unfortunately. Reason I'm going to be able to really do all that much, and no kit either for JUGI to play with. So great shot there, but 7-1 is a pretty heavy scoreline, and they could definitely turn this into double digits if things continue to go this way. I mean, how do you feel Reason should really respond? Do you think they're just not hitting their shots on their defenses, or do you think...
No,
I think you
right now I think they're reacting pretty poorly. I mean, the fact that they are leaving mid so open, and the fact that HellRaisers have shown that they're very happily going to take control over that and use that split B, I think that's something Reason has to account for, and they have to do it quickly as well. I mean, they can't afford really to lose this buy round because it's going to force them into another lethal or awful force buy.
What a snap buy config. The corner of his scope was enough information to take kUcheR down. Good start. Left him with 10 HP, but he's using an AWP after all. Yeah,
and already you can see that they've changed up their CT setup a tiny bit. You have one player, I think it's HUNDEN, who's now playing around that CT spawn area. So they do have the opportunity to actually hold people off who's trying to come to the mid for HellRaisers.
Talking of snaps as well, it's going to be Mo taking down JUGI. So now HellRaisers have an opportunity, though, despite losing a player to config. They are going to go for the nade, the smoke into CT, but it's not going to be the B split, which that nade usually is indicative of. That's going to delay the rotation from Reason into that A play until they know for sure that it's happening. And there we go. HellRaisers have positioning on the bomb site. They can get a much better plant than the short plant if they want. And looks like that's what they're going for. We do get... oh, you have to be joking. That was absolutely amazing from HUNDEN. Both players down straight away. That changes the pace on everything here for this retake. Doesn't matter. He runs out of bullets, switches to the P2000. And just like that, snap of the fingers, everyone's dead. That was ridiculous.
That was very smart by Reason as well. Instead of just going for a very sparse hold with the 2 guys who were already towards that A bomb site, HUNDEN decides to fall back. The guy on long just decides to hide behind the corner, see if there's potentially anyone coming delayed from long, and then just go for a solid retake together. Obviously, timing works out pretty nicely for HUNDEN as he pops up and gets those 2 frags. That does a lot for you, but still.
Stuff.
It's improvement on Reason's end, and that's kind of what we're hoping to see at this point.
They are going with double up as well, and it's kind of scary because they are still in a position where they can be reset.
Oh yeah, and they're going to get badly reset as well if they lose this one.
This is a fast peek. There's a bit of dancing going on towards long, and Dosia will try and keep him distracted, but they're going to smoke things off, move the second player back towards the site. You can see HUNDEN moving into CT spawn as JUGI will keep an eye on shorts. HellRaisers will be just holding formation behind that smoke for now. Still got a minute on the clock here, lots of time for them to consider their options.
I'm somewhat surprised that Reason are still holding 2 people inside on the B bomb side with config having the AWP there at the back of plateau. They could have easily had 2 people in mid and have a faster rotation to basically boulder up the defense wherever HellRaisers want to go. It looks like that's going to be short now.
Yeah, nice execution again from HellRaisers. JUGI has no idea that there's somebody on A slope. Is it going to pay off though? He's taking people down on short. AdreN finally gets the frag. Then he doesn't get traded from long by tabu. Manages to take him down as well. And this round is falling apart here for Reason. They've left it to just AdreN, and the bomb is nowhere near him for now. 25 seconds left on the clock here, and he's up against an AWP as well as the M4. The M4 will be enough. maeVe taking him down.
Those shots from JUGI were really good. Like he actually hit all 3 of those, despite one being a wallbang, of course, and not getting the finish straight away. But getting 2 kills in that position with that much pressure is so key. We saw how it really came into effect, and that's actually the reason why he's been MVPing this series for Reason, because he has absolutely been one of the most clutch players for his team with the AWP. And if you don't have a player that can do stuff like that on this map, you're going to have a really bad time.
So Dosia went for the cheeky peek on long, and it paid off. 4-round advantage for HellRaisers, and Reason are going to try and force the aggression. Again, this is a standard spot that PTs will hold behind the pillar, give them as much cover as possible. And CCs will hold in that area, but the round might move fast now. 3 versus 3 You can see Tabu playing around with the smoke, looking towards long. He may hear some audio cues on short, but there's no rotation from his teammates just yet. Going to start looking for information. Is he going to find a frag? Indeed he is. Insta trade coming in. Remaining 2 players going to have to come through short and maybe CT spawn as well.
It's going to be tough, but Reason going to have to go for it 2-on-2. And we'll get no repositioning there. Planted for long. He's going to discover that there's nobody coming from that angle. It's maeVe who is going to be spotted. Oh,
wow.
That is sick! Takes down Dosia straight away. And now it's Mo who's going to just delay a little bit with the Molotov. That's also going to block them from being able to take that angle, which is actually kind of important as well. Config is trying to... What? maeVe! This guy had an incredible end to this round. I had no idea that was coming.
I want to see candles in chat immediately.
That is amazing.
Rip.
That is amazing. And I have to just quickly, a really good point. Reason went down to a 5 versus 4. They instantly pushed B upper tons on B. That is beautiful to see such a fast response.
Yeah, and that's something they did on, from what I could tell, at the later stages of Kabul as well. Whenever they would go down a person, they would have someone on the opposite side of the map search for information. Didn't work quite well on Kabul in the later stages.
Nope.
And they never stopped with it here, which I think is a bit risky. I think there was one round where they actually gave away 3 players at the end there, where they just wanted to get information over and over again.
Yeah.
But no, they definitely have a clear plan of what they want to do as soon as they go down in a situation like that.
It's kind of like having if statements set up. It's like
Oh
if,
yeah,
if this,
absolutely. And I think that's something you need to have.
Like little rules and stuff. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
I love rules. You know what else I love? Not fountains, Dan. Not as much as you. 3-round lead here for HellRaisers, despite that amazing end to the last round. They've got a lot of Molotovs on their side, as well as smoke grenades, which may give some indication as to what kind of execute they are looking for. Big presence towards short at the moment with the lurker towards long. If they can get the pick onto JUGI here, maybe they can force the rotation from Tabu, who's playing long here, and then shoot him in the back.
They could try for the same similar execute to what they did on the A bomb site last time when JUGI got those 2 frags. And if they can, well, force JUGI out of position, they could easily get the bomb site.
Oh, alarm bells have been rung on the long area to be holding things down for the time being. And this time there will be no orb shots from Slope as AdreN is taking down all the players here. HUNDEN going down as well. To be still holding long. That is an excellent peek, indeed, through the fire, refusing to be conditioned by Angel's nades. Now, can kUcheR hold? He can't. He's blind. He's dead. 2 versus 2 now. CT's go for the retake. AdreN getting dinks, but he is going to hold things down for now.
Wow, AdreN is beasting these CTs. Reason they have only one man to rest their hopes in at the moment. Tabu's coming up to play. There's a guy by Gandalf. I don't know that he knows that. He knows that this situation is really awful for him, though, so he's just going to back away with the AWP, and he is actually going to be able to escape with it. But another round for HellRaisers, and we'll see the money in a moment for Reason. It can't be looking all too hot, to be honest. And AdreN with a 4K that round. Really good performance from him. Absolutely so. Yeah, their money sucks. Oh, this is going to be a nasty half indeed for them.
They were so close to winning this in 2 maps.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that one situation with maeVe. Did you see that, Ben? Were you there for that?
On Kabul?
Yeah, when maeVe had the bomb.
No, I didn't get to
push?
see
Okay.
their T side. Well, I got to see part of their T side.
maeVe's going to hate me if he listens back to this spot. He's going to absolutely hate me. Sorry, maeVe.
Actually, one of the stand-up moments for me was that 1v1 with Config, and I think it was Angel on that big bomb side. That I definitely felt like Config should have had that one.
Oh, I remember that. What you're talking about? Yes.
But no, they still get a pretty reasonable buy. The scout can do a lot of damage here from the position Config is in, and basically it's HUNDEN who doesn't have the firepower required really to do a lot of damage, but he's in a good position as well.
Yeah, this is that really nice counter to the B split stuff where the smoke goes down. You can't really spot that position unless you go really deep for it, but here it is, first engagement. Oh no, he does get the tag, but unfortunately Mo has got himself an orb shot into Config's face, and that's going to be the bomb site secured. Now that maeVe is dealt with, AdreN is going to spot the player, but he's going to have to spray. Can he? No, it doesn't make it happen, but his teammates are all over it, and it's just Tabu's left over. So it does very much look like HellRaisers are speeding on to what could be a double-digit scoreline. This is going to be 9-4. And, I mean, Reason, I would actually expect them to have a good T side, but it's starting to get a little bit rough here.
I guess the hope for them has to be, well, obviously having a good T side themselves, but also HellRaisers being as shaky as they were on Overpass.
Yeah, definitely so. Yeah, their Overpass CT seemed very much... It seemed as if they didn't firstly know how to react to situations. It felt like in some spots they were reacting too heavily to what was going on, and in some spots that they just weren't hitting shots as well. So just from almost all senses, it just wasn't working. So, but HellRaisers, I think, are one of the most random teams, hard to predict.
Oh yeah,
teams.
absolutely.
So it's really impossible.
The crab walk peak with the AWP
Ooh, I think
is
they
so
spotted
weird.
HUNDEN.
Yeah, I think they did, and he has left the building. He was blasted into space by the HE from Mo. And that will put the HellRaisers side on alert. Make sure they look for the flanks. Indeed, there is a flank coming in from long, and it might be combined with a peek from double doors. But kUcheR's well positioned to take that one down. And there's more peeks coming up. Nobody dead for HellRaisers. Good anti-eco from them.
Money's still pretty poor for Reason. Obviously, they're going to have to buy ups, being the last round of the half, but no ops this time around. And I'm curious to see what Reason are going to do about that B bomb site, because they were kind of doing okay towards B when they had something with the op at the back of Plateau, but that's not going to do you any good.
Oh my god! Not only doesn't HUNDEN get spotted, he gets tagged as well. So it's just like.
Sometimes just things don't go your way.
Nope.
So, what did this say? 2 Reason players remaining.
And both are B. So I guess if they don't move, they have a shot at holding this off, but it's going to be extremely tough. They don't really have that many needs to work with either.
This is like, James, the fountain is full of algae.
It's full of algae.
It's crumbling.
I was thinking, should I say the fountain is right? No, that sucks. But no, Dan, you went all the way in.
I like the movie The
No
Fountain as well.
hesitation. There's a movie called The Fountain.
Yeah, I really like the movie. It's the director is Darren Aronofsky. I really like all of his films.
Thank you, Dan.
Do you not know anything about film? Or
What? Because I don't know one film, Dan.
basically, well, it's done some pretty famous movies like Requiem for a Dream. You've probably seen that.
Yeah, but it's not fountain related. Like
No, it's not. There's no
James is
fountain
not
in
into fountain related movies.
Alright, so Yugi's actually going for the clutch here, but he's very low, and the jump shot should secure this one. AdreN's going to pick it up there. Valiant efforts by Reason, but in the end, it will be that 11-4 we were afraid of. A very, very strong half. We saw it opening up with a very, very strong pace from HellRaisers, which seemed to really throw Reason off. They weren't able to really adjust to that quickly enough. We started to see them adjusting towards the latter stages, but still, only enough for 4 rounds. It's putting them in a very awful position in this pistol.
Yeah, no, barring a disastrous CT side really from HellRaisers,
Yeah.
this should be a fairly straightforward game for them to close out. And already, you know, HUNDEN tagged down to 12 HP.
This is that meta we mentioned previously, that aggressive cat play on CT, which is when the B play would be kind of good, but the rotation would be fast.
Yeah. And I'm actually liking this more than what we've seen when their teams just freely give up catwalk every single round, every single time, and then die to executes from catwalk.
Oh
That's
yeah.
nice to see.
Okay, so the push is coming in. 2 to B bomb sites. A 3-man push. There are flashes coming in. That's going to mean 2 people dead. It's Config versus 4. Config's dead. That's an 8-round lead for HellRaisers.
That was perfect by HellRaisers. They handled that super well. I love how AdreN he got the first kill, so he made them aware, and then he just crouches. And that's 2 teammates that are coming in, deal with it, and then he comes back in again. You can't really handle that better than that. Like, how do you deal with that from Reason's perspective? It's just impossible.
From Reason, you kind of just have to take a leap of faith and hope that AdreN is going to be a coward pretty much for a lot longer period of time.
Spray downs coming in. There's one player towards blue. That's Tabu, and he is dead. Death everywhere. Reason left with HUNDEN and maeVe with the P250 and armor. There's too much time on the clock for him to even think about saving here.
Absolutely. Death is everywhere. Okay, so we'll have to see whether or not Reason can get something done when they come into their buy. As far as attacking into HellRaisers, of course we'll see Nico here. With your buy rounds, I mean HellRaisers are going to be 2 away from winning the series and progressing in the qualifiers into the semi-finals tomorrow. So what kind of approach would you like to see from Reason?
From Reason right now, I would have liked to see them do a clean echo in the first round, seeing how they didn't get the bomb plant down, because they seem to be looking for JUGI to get an op, from what I could tell, at least on Cobblestone and well, on Dust 2 as well. So going for that force buy that kind of denies him that opportunity, and unless he picks up a lot of kills here or potentially gets a knife kill. So not exactly the response I wanted to see from Reason, but at this point they probably feel like they just need to get rounds on the board or do a lot of damage to HellRaisers to have a shot at getting back into this.
Well, the flank comes in top mid, and they were waiting for it. HellRaisers, Dosia will fall. FAMAS has been picked up. Bomb still in control of the Reason players, but that range will not favour them as they do not have any armor whatsoever. So Config versus rest of the world, and he will not last very long. So we'll see the full buy coming in from Reason, and they will need to win pretty much every round.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much the name of the game right now, and no ops at all. Scout actually being picked up on JUGI.
Almost a full buy, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean it's a pseudo op, right? We'll have to see. The last time Scout went up against Mo's op, that didn't go out too well for Reason. So
yeah, the crab walk was real.
Yeah.
See if the crab walks continue.
No aggressive play though from HellRaisers, unlike what we saw from Reason in their first buy round.
It's a nice peek there by HUNDEN.
Even with his shadow showing, he still just like drops the guy watching for it.
Simply too fast.
Oh. Okay, so Mo with a classic car position with the AWP, and there is the peek, and there is the shot. That is very well done by HellRaisers Mo. And now Reason down to 3 players. They're at least they're against 4 here, so this is by no means over or not doable. They can definitely forge an opportunity out of this. Let's see if they can pick something up though. HellRaisers not looking too happy to go for the peaks, which is smart, and they're letting Reason come to them. And if they go into Mo, that is pretty much the worst position trade-wise they could find themselves in.
Yeah. The good thing for Reason right now is the fact that they have 3 smokes and 2 flashes, so they should be able to. Well, okay, they could also ignore him.
Oh my goodness, this makes me sad. This makes me really sad, Vendetta. Like they know
they
that
knew
he's there.
he's there. Yeah,
they
exactly.
know he's playing that position. He's
and they had 3 smokes and 2 flashes. They decided to use none of them, and Mo picks up 3 more frags.
There was I remember this.
Do you think they've just given up?
That could definitely be a sign of just resignment.
Dejected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No. There was just this situation which I saw a long time out of ago. It was actually FACEIT finals, the stage 1 finals when we had here, and they with 3 players left. When they had 3 smokes, every time they had a wall of smoke set up on the A site, and it was really strong. With 3 players, it was really strong, and so I was really looking for that. But
well, this could be the last round of this match.
did he just try to shoot his team?
It looked like it. That'll be some next level of frustration. Well, they are falling, and I don't think we expect a W here from the Reason guys. We're looking at a 16-14. Only 1 player remaining, and a Tech 9 will be that final piece of salt into the win there. So, HellRaisers are going to move on to the next round, and again, SK did the same in the other part of the bracket.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that actually develops. I would expect SK to be much more formidable in a best of 3, but again, you cannot predict HellRaisers, man. You just can't.
Indeed, you can't. So, what is our next match of the evening?
We have eFrag versus Peter coming up, which is going to be very interesting. Peter, of course, they lost one of the best players, Waylander. He unfortunately got conscripted, I guess. Did he get conscripted? Or what? I think he joined the army.
I don't know if it was military or what, but he's in the army for now.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's in the army, so he's doing some time in the service.
Doing some time.
And because this would happen in I remember in the Brood War, you'd have a lot of like the really good pros who were trying to always like delay. Some of them could manage to find ways out of it, like education or otherwise, but a lot of them just had to go to the army eventually. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how special you are, eventually you have to go to the army. So
even Boxer had to go to the army.
Yeah.
And he was like 28 or something when he went in. I think you have to go in when you're 22 normally.
Yeah.
So yeah, he delayed it for 6 years, and then it was
there's many sad stories.
Yeah. I mean, the army. It's kind of a famous thing, at least in Norway as well. You know that the army kind of ruins esport careers in that sense.
Didn't it happen to a Norwegian player not so long ago?
Probably not as much now, because now they've just really you can dodge that pretty easily. I mean, you can say that you can like the easiest thing is just go in during I guess it's the call up. Where you just say, you have a bad back, because there's no real way to actually like,
you
prove that you have a perfectly healthy back.
That's
you can
a good
just,
point.
Bitch about it as much as you want, and eventually they'll be like, well,
this become a massive.
We don't want you anymore. Like, yeah, they only want people who are motivated, because they've tried their ways with having people who reluctantly go into the army, and it doesn't really pan out too well.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Any thoughts on the matter of conscription, James?
No.
Okay. So guys, we have eFrag and Peter coming up after the break. Will you be joining us, James?
No.
All right, so we have a 30-minute break, and then we'll be jumping into that one. So please stay with us. Of course, follow the channel. I think we're how many followers do we have? Like 638,000. So what's the next milestone, James? Do you have milestones?
650 AWP Medusa, Icarus fell, and an M4 Poseidon.
Okay. So what he said at 650. So we're not very far away. So follow the channel, guys, and we shall see you for more here for the quarterfinals of the European FACEIT Stage 3 qualifiers. See you after the break.